Tonight, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Washington football team taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the New York Giants. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaud. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home,
two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. The Giants ready to go to work on offense, and leading them out, their third-year quarterback from Duke, Daniel Jones.
and no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
And no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throwing Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. His throw incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Now Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Going right back to Galladay. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now on second and 16, Jones, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Washington offense about ready to go to work, and at quarterback in his 17th season now in the NFL, piloting his 9th different franchise, it's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Second down, looking to throw. Fitzpatrick over the middle. It's Thomas. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Fitzpatrick. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington, they feel like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Well, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And Thomas has it. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll go. It's Gibson. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now this throw caught left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a Giant 1st down on a gain of 16. So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people at him, a couple extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing, you want to make him think. Show him one look, go to another, disguise a few things, make him throw into what you call your defensive traps, and try and make some good plays on the ball and get a few takeaways.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
And no one happier to see that than the Giants fans themselves. Saquon Barkley was used a lot his rookie year, 91 catches, which was a record for NFL rookies. That fell off to 52 in 2019. And then, of course, the injury in Week 2 at Chicago last year prevented him from reaching those heights.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Greg Stroman back deep for Washington. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Fitzpatrick. That's caught by Sims. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Fitzpatrick to throw it. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Sims. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football
NFL Madden
more
Week
times than
Season
not.
202021 games and highlights will be coming up next on Sports Green Bay 2021.
Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Fitzpatrick. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. On 1st down, Barkley. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones finding Sterling Shepard for his 1st catch. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 23. Jones now on 1st and 10. Finds his
NFL Madden Week Season 202021 Week 2 matchup will be coming up next. Detroit Lions 1-0, Green Bay Packers 1-0.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he will have a Giants 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's a handoff to Clement. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Jones. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Coverage that time by Bobby McCain. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run with Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now after the play, oh man, it's Barkley who appears to be shaken up. He's down. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll run with Clement. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
One more time with Clement. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. They will run with Clement. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And Godot's kick is right through. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a
The
sequence
NFL
there. And a
Madden League
nice one
Season
for them. They forced the interception,
2020-01
but they
Week
got a
2
little
matchup
drive,
will be
and they
coming
come
up
away
next.
with 3
Dallas
points.
Cowboys 1-0, Los Angeles Chargers 1-0.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. From the 30 on 2nd down, Fitzpatrick. First down now, but that clock rolling. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick. He gets it to Thomas. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
The NFL Madden League Season 2020-01 Week 2 matchup will be coming up next. San Francisco 49ers 0-1, Philadelphia Eagles 1-0.
They'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. But first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in Week 2. In that 1 o'clock time frame, a lot to choose from. But let's highlight the game in Philadelphia, a big one for the Eagles, as they'll have to contend with the San Francisco 49ers. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Then on Sunday night, 2 of the best in the AFC linking up in Week 2. Chiefs and Ravens from Baltimore at 8:20 Eastern. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Gibson. Powering forward. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. Here's Fitzpatrick. And he finds McLaurin. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
Fitzpatrick on
For
first
NFL
down.
Madden League Season 2020-21 Week 2 matchup will be coming up next. Kansas City Chiefs 0-1 Baltimore Ravens 1-0.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw again on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. Open man is Samuel. Complete.
Curtis Samuel exhibited a lot of versatility for 4 years in Carolina. Now in his first year with Washington, expect this football team to try and put the ball in his hands a variety of ways.
Taking a shot for Samuel. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here of the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what second down brings. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. And still about 3 yards shy of the first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. It's hauled in by Shepard. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. That one goes for 8 yards.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Clement. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll run again with Clement. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Ooh, the juke. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll run with Gibson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They've got the lead here, trying to make amends for that loss last week against the Denver Broncos. They start this drive now 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Clement, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. Going to go to Clement here out of the backfield. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They're going to run the draw here with Clement. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Once again, it's Clement. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. A handoff running left is Clement. And he'll take this one down to the 36. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Clement. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Gano's kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw, Fitzpatrick. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. That catch good for only a couple. From the 44, Fitzpatrick. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Fitzpatrick to his tight end, Thomas, for the Washington first. Again, it's Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Antonio Gibson, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing Fitzpatrick. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick completes it to Samuel. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown of the new season. And Washington able to make this a close game again. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here we go on the next drive for Washington. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. He finds his man complete. It's Thomas. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd down at 5. Fitzpatrick now. He gets it to Sims, complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. To throw is Fitzpatrick. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. For Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Desperation time. Fitzpatrick on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now Fitzpatrick. Got an open man, finds Gibson.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And down inside the 15 he goes. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is up to 5.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
So now Jones and the Giants down 14-9, a little over 30 seconds remaining. They've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. To throw is Jones.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for Washington, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.